everybody, welcome back to my channel. We are back for another video. Today I'm going to be updating my 30 before 30. And I don't know if I think like 30 before 30s are a really important thing. Like I don't know if it's going to devastate me if I don't get this stuff done by 30. Or if it'll just be like, oh, well, you tried your best. Anyway, I wrote this list when I think I was 21 or 22. And I turned 25 in 2 months. And since writing this list, I have accomplished 6 things. Just 6. But today I'm going to be updating that list because I feel like some of the things that I wrote were completely different from things that I want to do now. I just have to admit to myself that I'm not a writer and I'm never going to be a writer. So things like writing a blog and writing a book, that's not going to happen. I'm sorry. It's just simply not. So what I've done is taken the goals that I don't think serve me as well and updated them or created them into something new. So far, I have completed running a marathon, getting married, going to grad school, getting my ears pierced, shooting a gun, solving a Rubik's Cube, and attempting to have bangs, which, if you're curious about that, if you scroll back on my TikTok page to the summer of 2020, I had bangs, and I had cut them myself, and clearly, based on what my hair looks like now, which I just got cut today, nope, was not the look for me in my opinion. Some people liked them. I was not a fan because, as you know, my hair is naturally curly and bangs don't really work for that. So I'm going to tell you what I did update, like what I took out, and what I'm replacing it with. I'm going to read the list real quick. So I wanted to run a marathon, go skydiving, get married, go to grad school, move to somewhere I've never lived before, learn to draw and paint, go to Japan, get my ears pierced, climb a mountain, learn to cook, quit dairy completely, try getting bangs, learn new languages, watch every Marvel movie in order, hike the Grand Canyon, go to Disney as an adult with no kids, shoot a gun, adopt a dog, bake a pie from scratch, solve a Rubik's Cube, see a movie alone, take steps to buy a house, learn to do a handstand, grow a vegetable garden, write a book, start a blog, go on a mission trip, buy and pay off a car, and bake a 3-tier cake. I'm going to tell you which things are not serving me. So far I took off write a book, write a blog, go on a mission trip, buy and pay off a car, bake a 3-tier cake, and grow a vegetable garden. Those things just seem kind of like they're not going to happen. Especially the book and the blog thing, as I previously mentioned, because I'm literally not a writer. I've never written anything. I used to write stories in my notebook, but they were not stories that you share with others. It was like a diary. Like I was writing stories in my diary that were not real, are not good, and they didn't follow any grammatical any of the grammatical components of writing. It was literally just run-on sentences and nothing was broken up like it was supposed to be. I was just doing what I wanted because I was nobody's ever going to read this. And I had a dream. The reason I wanted to write a book was because I had a dream. And I was this would be a really awesome book story. A story for a book. And I'm no, it's not. And also I would have to do so much research and so much, it was a really scary dream actually, but it inspired me that I wanted to write a book. It was about this guy. And the guy was in the girl's body. I was in my own body, but I was not me. It was some other girl. And there was some government was doing experiments on a guy, and they took away all his senses, and and the lack of sense enhanced his brain so much that he was connecting into my brain because I was a POW or something. And so I was seeing and hearing for him. We had a brain link. I have no idea. If you would be interested in a story like that, maybe I could write it, but it was a wild dream and I didn't like it, and I haven't really thought about it since. And I wouldn't even know what research I would have to do to make all of that work. So I just don't think writing is for me, but I think that would be a really interesting concept for a story. Maybe you're a writer and you could write it and credit me or don't. I don't really care actually. I care a little bit if you decide to write that story. But anyway, starting a blog, that's basically what this is, a blog. I could just use my mouth to talk to you instead of typing out things that you don't care to read. you probably don't even really care to watch this, but like, it's easier for me and more fun for me to do it that way. Going on a mission trip, I feel like is not going to happen given the current state of not only churches but the world. So also I have recently looked into mission trips and they can be kind of shady. Not that like the intentions behind them are bad, but like, yeah, sometimes it's like voluntourism and I'm not trying to participate in that. Buying and paying off a car. I have a car and it's a 2017 Honda Civic and it is working just fine. I have no reason in the next like 6 years to ever want to buy a car unless Jared needed a new car. In which it would just be a new to us car, it wouldn't even be a new car. But since we're planning to move to a city at some point in our future life, I have no idea when or where or why or how, but I don't foresee us needing 2 cars, let alone a new car. So it just seems like that wouldn't even happen, and if it does, it's going to be really unfortunate because that means something would have had to happen to my car and his car, and we would have no car. What other thing? Bake a 3-tier cake. I can't even bake, what was that? I can't even bake a 1-tier cake. I bake cupcakes, I bake cookies, I bake not cakes. I'm not a cake maker. I will never be a cake maker. I guess I could be a cake maker, but that's just not really my jam. I don't really want to do it. So, with all those being said, oh, and growing a vegetable garden. Living in a city, that actually might be an attainable thing, but I want to live in a city. I don't plan on living somewhere where I'm going to have space for like a whole vegetable garden. Not really the move. I am really excited about the things. What else did I change? I had on here, I think at one point, going vegan or vegetarian. We'll get into that in a minute. Anyway, let's go over to these ones that I've revamped and changed and completely removed. In place of writing a book, I wanted to start my own business. Because coming out of college, I didn't think that was something I could do. But now that I've been working for like 3 years, I think I want to do it. I want to start my own business. That would be more fun than working for someone else one day. I think that would be a cool goal to do, a goal to have and a goal to complete. I want to read 100 books in 1 year. I don't know if I can do that. I can barely read like 13 books in a year, let alone 100. So if this year my goal is to read 25 in 1 year, so maybe like 25 this year, 50 next year, 75 the year after that, and then maybe like when I'm 29, I'll read 100 books and that'll be my last chance because I'm going to turn 30 at some point. I changed going vegan or vegetarian to having a more sustainable diet, meaning like I would rather be plant-based or like a flexitarian versus a vegan or vegetarian just because it's not always an option and sometimes the food is already there. So why would I waste the food that is already there? You know what I mean? Like, where I work, we have lunches that are brought in, or we have stuff that's brought in, or like Jared's cooking and he wants to eat something and maybe like even if I don't want to eat it, or what if I'm going to someone's house and they make something and I'm like, oh, I can't eat this. Like on my own, I would like to be like a vegetarian or a vegan. Like if I'm cooking for myself, I'm not going to buy meat, I'm not going to do cheese. But like if I go to a restaurant or someone's house or someone's cooking for me or there's food provided where those dietary requirements can't be met, like I'm not going to waste the food that has already been prepared. Or like if I'm traveling and there's something that's like local to that space, I don't want to miss out on, tasting different things from around the world because I am having a dietary restriction. Or I am, still figuring out where like the moral compass is there, but like that's where I'm at right now. Doing the best I can on my own, but then like not wasting food that's already available to me. Next, learning to cut and dye my own hair. That is just cost effective because I don't know, I think I spoke about this in my last vlog. Dyeing your hair blonde is like $200 a session, and that is, depending on where you go, it's probably even more at other places. But like right now, I got my hair cut today. I didn't touch up the color. This color hasn't been touched up since like October. And even then it was still like $70 to get my hair just cut. So if I could figure out how to do it myself, then I wouldn't have to pay anything more than like for the products that I'm using. Notoriously, I have not been very successful at cutting my own hair though. Or dyeing it. I dyed it purple one time. It looked really cute. I actually, here. See? So cute. Love that. But it would be so much easier if I could just learn how to dye it myself. So I'm kind of waiting until this blonde, this dyed part grows out completely and I'm just left with like this natural color, because then I'm dyeing on new hair and it's not gonna, the processing won't be messed up. My hairstylist is not watching this video, so it doesn't matter, is what I'm trying to say. Another thing I want to do before I'm 30 is treat myself to a spa day. Not just like, oh, I'm gonna go, like, I want to go get my nails done, I want to go get a facial, I want to go get a massage, like, I want to spend money on me. I want to take the time to spend money on myself and, like, go have a date by myself. Like, I think I have two 30 before 30 things on there that are, like, just going places alone that you might go with someone else. Because, like, just because I'm married doesn't mean I can't go do things by myself or just, like, for myself. I feel like I see that a lot with couples, is that, like, they get married and they're, like, only doing things with their partner, or, like, they're just never alone, I guess. Even if they're just, like, out with their friends, like, they don't go do a lot of stuff by themselves because they don't have to. But I'm like, I still want to be my own individual person in these moments. Which is why another thing I have doing a spa day and then, like, going to a movie by myself, which I'm kind of afraid to do because, like, it's like going out to eat alone. Like, that is going to be, like, going out to a movie by myself is going to be a whole day. Like, I'm going to go eat by myself and then I'm going to go to a movie by myself. And it's going to be awesome. The other thing I want to do is go on a solo trip, which, being a woman, is already kind of like, ooh, don't go places by yourself because people are disgusting and will not leave you alone. I would like to go on a trip by myself. I don't know what I would do. I don't know where I would go, but I would like to go somewhere by myself and just, like, have the freedom to know that I'm alone and it's okay and I'm safe and I'm capable of taking care of myself and that kind of thing. Maybe I'll go to a place nearby people I know and that, like, it's just like a staycation. I just want to take the time to, like, be by myself somewhere, not at home. Because I feel like your vacation mindset or, like, a trip mindset is different than being in your own house by yourself. Because, like, at your house, you're like, oh, my stuff is here. But, like, when you're somewhere you've never been before, like, somewhere that you have been that you don't get to normally go, it's exciting. It's very exciting. So I want to do that before I'm 30. Something got deleted. Oh no, nothing got deleted. I just typed in letters. Anyway, I have toned it back from growing a whole vegetable. My goal before I turn 30 is to just keep a plant alive. For the love of all that is good and holy, I would just like to keep one living and breathing. I want to keep a plant alive for more than, like, a month or two. Like, I want to keep one alive for years. Because I've never done that before. Because everything I get, I kill. Not for lack of trying. I just don't understand, apparently. So I'd like to keep a plant alive. Anyway, I think that's all. That's me explaining through my 30 before 30, the updated version, the addendums that I've made that I'm ready to take on. I'm actually feeling really excited, and I think I felt excited the first time, but let's be honest, for all of the reasons that I said before, some of those goals just didn't make any sense. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. I hope that you'll like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you here again next week. Bye!